to him, and how much the character should bend or not bend, or how painful it should look. I mean, they just got it just right in that piece of shit movie. Just having them talk, of course. I mean, I think that was another one I saw the Siskel and Ebert review on. They were just like, and now we're gonna do the Tom and Jerry movie. Here's a clip. And they show a clip of them talking just for a few seconds, and it's like, and you can already see what's wrong with it, can't you? It's like, they're friends, they're getting along, they're talking, it's bright and colorful, it has nothing to do with them fighting each other, and like, waste of time. Next, it was like a really short review. And yeah, again, it's just so fascinating the choices they make in this movie, and just how really, if you took Tom and Jerry out of it, you would never connect any of it to Tom and Jerry. I know it sounds like obvious, but I mean, like, you know, the story and the setup, nothing would you ever think, you know, this would connect to Tom and Jerry. So, you know, like I said, that girl comes in, just sort of hijacks the film and makes it her own. I love spit takes, as you can tell, and I think that's probably the best spit take, drinking sangria and eating watermelon at the same time. And I actually had to put plastic wrap over the camera so that when I spit at it, you know, you see it like drizzling down and it wouldn't get the camera too messy. So great memories of that one, and it's just a real fun movie to do. It turned out to be a really great review. Number 2. Casper. This is one that I just worked my friggin' ass off on. It's another one of those things where going in, you're sort of not aware how hard it's going to be, but because you have that naivete and that passion, that joy of what you're doing, you don't notice, you don't realize how many hours you're wasting on animating this damn thing. But it just turned out so good, and it's the first time that, you know, I've sort of really pushed, you know, what I could do with animation. Not that I've done much, or it's even that phenomenal, but I mean, just to be done in a week, you know, and to have this Casper running around and talking to me and stuff like that, I mean, was just great. And I love to turn Casper into a bad guy, and sort of that Mickey Mouse voice he has and everything, and oh, aren't you glad you're never going to see that timing joke again? That's what I knew was bad. I knew was terrible, but I didn't care. I just loved torturing people with it. But I think just the way the review went as well was so much fun, and it's an enjoyable movie to make fun of, because it's not like the worst movie. And I think I acknowledge that it's not like a god-awful film. You can tell they're really trying. They're trying to give Casper depth. I mean, they're trying to give him, you know, some, adult jokes, and they're trying to give him, you know, like, and they're trying to have actual character to this and make it visually interesting and stuff like that. It just didn't quite pan out, and for me it just kind of turns out awkward at scenes. And I know a lot of people really like that movie, which is why it's important at the end to say, hey, if you like it, great, it's just not for me. But that doesn't mean you can have the Casper character go crazy. And that's another one of those episodes where everyone's like, you know, what do your neighbors think of you running down the street with the Ghostbuster outfit going, Casper! And I'm like, really? That's I go into a con at the end screaming Casper, I get like a crowd of people with me like the Pied Piper, and I end up jumping in a swimming pool swearing that he sees an imaginary ghost. And all you're thinking is, what do the neighbors think when I'm running across the street like that? And that was great fun. I didn't tell him what I was going to do either at the con. I was just like, you know, I'm just going to come in and just go with it. Whatever it is, just go with it. Everyone's like, okay, all right. And we just went from there. I am going back to that convention, by the way. Just quick shout out. This year, GMX, I am going back to that this year. So I don't think I'll be jumping in any pools, but I'll do something fun. So that was a really great review. I had a ton of fun doing it, and again, just good memories of that review. Just one of those where you work really, really hard on this animation and editing and making these jokes work, and it really pays off. So I was very, very happy with that. And my number one favorite Nostalgia Critic review is Moulin Rouge. This is probably the one I worked the hardest on and the longest on. And I think it shows. I think it's the funniest, it's the most creative, it has the most cameos. It has cameos of people that were never even in them, like Brentalfloss. It's a musical. People sing in it, people dance in it. There's a lot of fun visuals to look at. The jokes are great. And it's great taking a film that, again, a lot of people really enjoy. And I really can't stand it. I really hate it. But it's fun pointing out why I don't like it. And again, sort of having that message in the end that if you like it, great, enjoy it. There's no problem if we hate it, and nothing says you're wrong, I'm right, there's no book, so it's great that, we could have that message at the end, but still have the critic sort of be a jerk, and parental flaws, thank God he comes back to life, and baby Jesus too, I don't know how he pulled that off. Flying out to New York and doing it there, and, and doing the filming and seeing Brent's one of those people, like, as soon as I saw him on YouTube, when he was just starting out, I'm just like, oh my God, I want to work with this guy. I want to do something with this guy. And so when we finally started calling and talking with each other and stuff, I mean, it was just great to get that going. And it was great to get Lindsay's team in on it too. It was great to look around New York. It was great to shoot around the green screen and do the songs and everything. And it took several months to do. I mean, that's like the longest review I've ever worked on. While I'd be doing other reviews, I'd sort of be working on this on the side, and Brent would sort of be working on the songs on the side and stuff, and we'd sort of be singing on the side, and it just turned out so good. And I think it's one of the few ones where it's like the cameos, like every cameo hit. Nobody was like, yeah, that was a pointless cameo, yeah, that did. It's like, no, everyone got a laugh, and that just is so great, especially at the point where I think we were sort of abusing the cameos, but that one, it just seemed like everyone was necessary and everyone got a big laugh, probably because they were so quick. It's just for a joke and then they're gone. So I was so happy with that episode. I'm so happy how it came out, and when I think of, like, I remember even when I was showing it to Rob, he was just okay, he's like, dude, we're not gonna top this in terms of Nostalgia Critics. And I'm like, I don't think we are either. It's like, I think we've, hit sort of our opus. And that's at the point, too, where we're just like, maybe we should start wrapping it. And we're like, yeah, I know, we're not going to top it. We're not going to do any better, so let's start wrapping it up. And with that said, it is wrapped up. It's been such a great ride, and everyone's been so supportive. I mean, even just people posting these videos saying how much they're going to miss the NC, but how they're looking forward to the new stuff we're going to do. It's just so touching, and it's also so exciting, to go in a new direction and do the stuff we're going to do, which, like I said, we're working on now, and we're going to keep you guys updated, all that good stuff. So, yeah, guys, thanks for supporting the Nostalgia Critic as long as you have, and it's just been... There's not even words. It's still so hard to believe I've done this for like 4 to 5 years, before the site started, just doing it on YouTube as a hobby. It's like, now it's like, people are crying that he's gone. It's just, it's so surreal, and it's so cool, and just you guys really made that happen, and you make me feel like top of the world when you do that and you show that support. So I hope we can, continue to give you guys good stuff. Like I said, we're going to keep you updated. We're going to keep doing videos like this too until we get the new shows going, and like I said, we're very anxious and very excited, and good stuff's coming, man. So thanks again, and take care.